Hi, I'm Lori Walton, Empowerment Coach. And have you been feeling overwhelmed with anxiety and just feeling like you're not as resilient as you have been in the past? I want to give you a little visual metaphor for what's happening in your nervous system. So here we go. So here's the metaphor for your nervous system, this empty glass. And when you're most resilient, your nervous system is empty of stress, and that you are not feeling activated, or if you have been activated, then you have been able to calm your nervous system and come back to resilience. So this is what happens when the stress response kicks in. Your cup gets filled up. You start feeling emotions, cortisol, adrenaline, other hormones are running through your system, and you're on high alert. And in regular times, you're in high alert, and then your nervous system regulates itself by coming back to rest and restore, where your cup is empty. But this is what's been happening to your nervous system over the past few years. We've had the pandemic and the uncertainty around that. And then there's been stresses around work and how to socialize. You might be feeling isolated and alone and suffering from loneliness. You might be stressed because your children are now doing homeschooling and you're trying to manage yourself, your work life, your home life. It's all a lot. And then there's world events that are adding to this cup. And there's just no opportunity to let it rest and restore, to come back to balance. And so you can see that there's just a tiny bit of space at the top of that cup. And this is how your nervous system is reacting all the time. It's at this heightened level of alertness. The fight or flight or freeze system is activated all the time. It never gets to come back to its natural restored state because things just pile on and pile on and pile on. And so when you have some little thing, like you buy the groceries and you bring them home and the apple falls out of the bag and it sends you over the top, or someone asks you to do something that in the past wouldn't have been a big deal, it just sends you over the top, and that's what happens. Your glass overflows. And it doesn't take much for that to happen, because all this time you've been building, and not allowing yourself to calm your nervous system, to clear out that stress. And I just wanted to give you this visual to show you what's happening in your body. And it's a physiological response that happens automatically. And when we can't come back to rest and restore, it just builds and builds until we get to the overflow point or the breaking point or whatever that is for you. So in the next video, I'm going to give you some tools to help you empty your glass and come back to a resilient nervous system, which is where we ultimately want to be. Back to rest and restore and resilience. Thanks. This is Lori Walton, Empowerment Coach. I'll see you in the next video.